Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
Oh, my God. It's the final football Friday of the year. No more football. Oh, my God. We'll deal, though. We'll deal. You know why? Because we got hockey. We got a baseball team that's playing outside. Yeah, cannot wait for that. And we got lots of other stuff to get to today on this incredible Friday edition, Football Friday edition of the JP Peterson Show. Thanks so much for joining us, you guys. Look at me. We got two cameras. Oh, now we got two Tims. All right, now we got me. There we go. We got the two shot, the wide shot. Now we got the tight shot. Man, we are just our technology budget is going through the roof here at FanStream Sports. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Here we are in our beautiful
toys that we don't know how to use even yet.
I know. Look at that beautiful studio in South Tampa, one of the hottest real estate markets in the world. And then in Dallas, one of the other hottest real estate markets, where we have another studio. We have another one coming online in Columbus, I'm told, maybe even Charlotte. I mean, the growth
Kansas
is
City.
incredible. How the hell we do this with absolutely zero money, I have no idea, but we're just doing it. We're just doing it. That's why we love you people. We love you people. You're like us. You're ham and eggers. You love sports. You love Tampa Bay sports, and that's why you come here every day, because you get the non-corporate media outlook on all this stuff. We keep it real. We keep it honest, and we're just having fun. And we hope you guys are having fun too. How are you, Tim Ham, this morning in the big DFW?
Well. I'm doing well. I'm ready for the Super Bowl to be over. I'm so sick and tired of NFL right now. I'm so dismayed of life right now because of the travesty that is the Pro Football Hall of Fame that we'll get into in a little bit. Just such a joke. It's making a joke of itself. It's just no one can take that thing seriously anymore.
Listen, in a week where Beyonce won Best Country Album, you're pissed off about the Hall of Eli Manning not getting in on the first ballot. Shut the hell up. We got bigger problems. We got bigger problems in the Hall of Fame. Did you know? Okay, look, did you know? And we'll get into all the stuff later. Did you know? And nothing against the Bucs, all right? The 1992 Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl team is widely regarded as a top 1, 2, 3 team in all of the history of the NFL. Okay. I don't know that the 2002 Bucs were considered one of the all-time greatest teams in the history of the NFL. They were really, really good. Did you know there's the same best defense ever?
Okay. Did you know there's exactly the same amount of Hall of Famers on the Bucs 2002 team as there was on the Cowboys 92 team?
That's fair. And
Simeon
fair. Rice isn't even in.
And Simeon Rice isn't in.
Simeon should be in.
Darren Woodson should be in.
Darren Woodson should be in. Yeah, I agree. How is Darren Woodson not in and now Shannon Sharp is in? How the hell is Shannon Sharp in the Hall of Fame? Come on.
Joke. It's a joke.
He played for 7 years? What do you think he's Jim Brown? He played for like 7 years and you get in the Hall of Fame? No.
He's not Jim Brown.
Yeah. So how much of that has to do with the fact that it's media? It's just media. Here's the thing.
Media.
And this is why I don't get bent out of shape about these things that are voted on, because you know who's voting on him? Human beings.
Idiots.
Human beings. Yes. Look at us. I mean, look at your screen right now. Do you expect perfection from this? Really? They're all flawed. We're all flawed human beings. But I mean, like the Grammys is a joke now. They've just changed everything, so everybody on the planet can vote and they can conspire to vote for each other's things. And, it's all political. It's all paid for. So I'm not going to get upset about it. It's like, and then even with the Hall of Fame, I'm like, yeah, whatever happens. So I don't know.
But you just can't take it seriously anymore. It's just,
you know what? It's good banter. It's good banter. If whether Shannon Sharp gets in the Hall of Fame and, he can make some more money doing autographs now, good for him. And Eli Manning, I've always said, I think he was more a flash in the pan. He had a couple of good games. Like people are voting him in on, he beat this guy and he beat that guy and he, won 2 Super Bowls over the Patriots. It kept them from being undefeated. I get all that, but isn't Hall of Fame a body of work? It's not, I had a few good games. It's body of work. And by the way, Eli Manning didn't win those Super Bowls. Eli Manning didn't beat Brett Favre. The New York Giants did. New York Giants did.
He did throw the ball to David Tyree. They got stuck on the helmet. I mean, that was all.
I mean, he put a lot of extra stickum on the ball before he threw it, and he stuck to the guy's helmet. You get in the Hall of Fame for that?
I mean,
maybe
I'd vote him in for that.
And if Tyree doesn't catch that ball off his helmet, he's definitely not in the Hall of Fame because he's not a multiple Super Bowl winner, right?
Right.
So now it's absolutely, according to Mike Greenberg, the biggest travesty in the history of sports, and we should stop playing NFL football because Eli Manning didn't get in the Hall of Fame. And if he doesn't, if the ball doesn't stick to the helmet, you don't even have an argument. Okay, well that sounds right. No, it doesn't. Nobody cares.
I think Eli Manning should be in the Hall of Fame.
I care about Rondé Barber got into the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Rondé Barber got into the Hall of Fame, and he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame.
I agree.
Levante David deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He's probably not going to get in there because nobody's ever heard of him outside of Tampa. Right. But and they're fallible voters. Now, of course, the great Sal Palantonio reminds us that Ira Kaufman is the best presenter in the game of the Hall of Fame game, and he will be presenting Levante David at some point. I mean, the dude's probably going to play till he's 40, so we don't even need to be having this conversation until like 2038.
Right.
But if he comes back this year, and he's piling up a body of work, like he's going to be, among inside linebackers to have the most forced fumbles, the most fumble recoveries, the most sacks, the most everything. If he has a decent season this year, I think he's going to pass just about everybody. So then at that point, you're like, oh, so the numbers are irrefutable. It doesn't matter how much I never even heard about Levante David the first 10 years of his existence. The numbers are irrefutable. And that's going to be the case. So hopefully he gets in. But again, whether it's Beyonce winning country album of the year. By the way, have you seen all these memes that are like taking clips from that album and go, this is on the album that won country music?
I guess I need to listen to some Bay Once country because I've never heard any of this before. But look, as I told you off the air,
the new country artist Bay Once.
That's why it's called her Bay Once. How her name is freaking spelled. It's Bay Once.
Well, for country, it is Bay Once.
Yeah.
But for R&B, it's Beyonce.
Look, and I told you off the air, I blame country music for allowing this because that's all country music is now is pop. It's not country music. All of the new artists.
I want to understand how you differentiate between pop and R&B. How do you differentiate between record of the year and song of the year?
Isn't it the color of the skin of the person that recorded the music?
I don't know. Is that what we're doing now?
Are there white R&B artists?
Well,
I don't know.
Let's just be honest. Back in the day, that's what it was. That's what it has, and we could tell the difference. Now you can't tell the difference, which is great. It's great. We don't need labels. Why the hell do we have the labels anyway? Get the hell rid of them. We don't need them. All right, we're all one. We're all human beings. We're all idiots. But how do you like Latino and pop and R&B and who decides what's what? Like Beyonce, she just said, "Oh, I'm making a country album." Well, a couple of them sound like country. A couple of those songs sound like you're making fun of country music, to be quite honest.
I can imagine.
And your getup that you're wearing kind of makes me feel like you're making fun of country artists. Like I think it's a parody, and then you win country. And by the way, I think she's incredibly talented, and I will go to a Beyonce concert anytime you give me a ticket. I mean, I may not pay $5,000 for it, but I'll go and I'll love it. I think she's incredibly entertaining. I think she's incredibly talented, unbelievable. But the country thing was funny. I think it was funny. And
you and I differ a lot in music, apparently, because you like Taylor Swift too, don't you?
I do. Yeah. I am very eclectic in my taste. Very eclectic.
I feel like I am. You know what I like? I like Korn and I like Neil Diamond. Like mine's eclectic
absolutely.
Too. But I cannot get into whatever that is. Bay Once and Taylor Swift and whoever other popular singers are now that I don't understand. I feel like I'm that old man. Get off my lawn.
You are. You're 100%. You're the picture in the dictionary at this point.
You know what the last pop album I bought was?
What?
What's her name? Paula Abdul.
Oh, loved her. Yeah.
Whatever that album was.
She was a Laker girl.
That had the. I can't remember her.
She had some catchy tunes on there.
But it was like early or late 80s, early 90s is probably the last pop album.
That was in the time when they were like, oh, let's find some, cute looking girls.
Yeah.
They don't have to be able to sing or anything. We'll auto tune the hell out of it.
Straight up now, tell me, do you really want to love me forever?
Yeah, we'll produce the hell out of it. Yeah, it's great. Everything, like I think all of those things, like if I'm going to Spotify, am I putting in Paula Abdul? No, but she had a couple of good ditties. It's like, oh, that's a snappy little ditty. I'll listen to it for 20 seconds and then get it out. Yeah. So I don't know. To me, if it's good music, I don't care the genre.
Right. Yeah.
I don't care if it's good. Like I love Frank Sinatra. Love Frank Sinatra.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Fly me to the moon, baby.
Yeah. Neil Diamond. Yeah. Dionne Warwick. Warwick had one of the greatest voices of all time. Yep.
Burt Bacharach.
Great.
Discovered Dionne Warwick, by the way.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. And Marvin Gaye.
Really
I love Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye's just went and saw the at the Straz, the Temptations musical. It was unbelievable. It was so freaking good. It was the music was just incredible. How many hits they had?
Yeah.
Motown. So good. So to me, is it good music or is it bad?
So was Marvin Gaye R&B? He was R&B in the day, right? Or was that before R&B existed? I don't know.
He was R&B. Yeah.
Okay. Which, by the way, R&B stands for rhythm and blues, right?
Yes.
There's several Eric Clapton albums that I would call R&B.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was very bluesy.
Yeah, it's also, political and agenda driven these days. Whatever. And I'm certainly not getting upset about it. I'm not like, I
don't care.
People losing their mind about Beyonce. I'm like, geez, oh, Pete, don't you have a mortgage to pay or something? I don't know. Is there something a little bit more important?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to some sports.
Sports.
I know we're talking.
What is sports?
What is sports anymore? Like, what is that? How do we qualify?
Hey, you know what? We finally defined men's and women's sports, though.
Thank you. Yeah.
And you know who listened? The NCAA. They're adopting that resolution, that executive order.
I love the quote that came out of that too. It was like, well, we're thankful that we finally have some guidance on the matter.
Pretty sure God gave us all the guidance we needed.
Yeah, pretty much. Finally have some national standards and guidance on the matter. So now we can be I'm like, well, it was pretty simple. The dude either has one or he doesn't, or he had one or he doesn't. This is not hard. This is really not hard. Well,
look down,
sometimes
and that'll tell you what you are.
Yeah, I mean, it's when they walk through the locker room, we'll be able to tell pretty much.
Jeez.
Like that's not going to be a problem.
I mean, unless they've had some sort of surgical procedure, then I guess that all.
Well, then even then you'll be able to go. That's not real.
You can tell, yeah. I mean, I think nobody's ever showed me.
They have websites for that.
Yeah,
I'm told.
Subscription service.
So you go incognito. But listen, this is it's the most obvious thing in the world, and we have to have a executive order, and then the NCAA, the spineless freaking jellyfish that they are, and ESPN, who gave a women's sports award to Leah Thomas, okay, which if you didn't know it was over for them, that was the moment. I mean, just absolute insanity. And this has nothing to do about being anti-trans or anti-LGBTQ.
No.
Even though as much as the media wants to smear everybody and say you're anti this, no, we're not. We're pro-women. We're pro-women and we're common sense people. You can't have a man beating up a woman in the Olympics or women. You can't have that. Someone who's gone through male puberty. All right. You can't have a volleyball player who's 6'2" and has gone through puberty, spiking it on high school girls and breaking their face and sending them to the hospital with a skull fracture. Oh, but trans, it'll never affect it. It'll never win. They'll never win anything. It's never going to be you're just hating on people. She won the NCAA championship. They're winning track and field championships, high school championships, college championships, gold medals. Don't tell me it's never going to affect the real competition.
Yeah.
That's a bunch of bull crap. And as Brooke Bennett said in here, 3-time gold medal winner, said to us, look, they've set up separate competitions for trans. Guess what? Nobody signs up. Nobody wants to compete against the other trans. You know why? Because they don't have a humongous advantage. It's just ridiculous. Wow. It's ridiculous. So thank you, President Trump, and I'm sure the legislature will follow for this insanity. So you can't just say, it's an executive order. He's a dictator. Like Biden never signed an executive order.
For anything.
Yeah. And the meltdowns because, they're finding all this incredible fraud everywhere. Of course, they don't want to talk about the fact that Chelsea Clinton got $85 million for doing absolutely nothing. They don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about the person, Elon Musk, you're the bad person. And we don't want to talk about the fact that we spent $20 million to produce a Sesame Street show in Iraq. We don't want to talk about the actual things that we're wasting money on and all the fraud and abuse and kickbacks that are going to these politicians. No, these politicians want to run out and say, Elon Musk, bad man, not elected. Every bureaucrat's not elected, by the way. And by the way, the last president, the people that were running that for 4 years, none of them were elected either. So stop. How about we just get rid of the waste? How about that? How about we just...
It's unbelievable.
I mean, your tax dollars, like this is where you want your tax dollars going to pay celebrities to take to millions of dollars to take photographs with Zelensky to improve his Q score. That's what you want. That's okay with you? Not with me.
Oh, and not just a little bit, like millions. Angelina Jolie got $20 million from USAID to go take pictures with Zelensky. $20 million is what they paid her.
Oh, and shocking development. She shows up in the damn ads for president, and they all go support them. I wondered why all these celebrities were supporting this moronic person on the ticket.
Hell, for $20 million, I might say vote Biden, man. I don't know.
Yes.
Everybody's got a prize.
Hell yes. God, and it took who's negotiating this deal? She wouldn't have done it for $1 million? I mean, really? It took $20 million?
I mean, she might have said, look, it's going to take 20.
She's got a great agent. She's got a great agent.
Yeah, because Ben Stiller only got 4.
Oh, he's got to be pissed.
And
he's got to be really pissed.
Sean Penn got 5.
Ben Stiller fires agent for not getting 20 million.
Do you know why Sean Penn got 5 and Ben Stiller got 4?
Why?
Because Sean Penn has an Oscar and he took it with him on the trip to meet Zelensky.
See? These are the key things that we need to know.
I kid you not, that's a thing.
Good God. And people are screaming. And the people that are screaming about this, right? You might want to take a look at who they are. The ones that are like, oh, let's kill the messenger. You can't talk about the message, so let's kill the messenger. All right, we have gone off the rails here completely.
Welcome to the J.P. Peterson Political Talk Show.
Jeez, oh, Pete.
Coming up next in the next hour, the ghost of Rush Limbaugh.
All right. I want to start with I want to take a break now. I want to start with the Bolts because last night, and we'll get to setting up the show, by the way, Josh Grizzard's press conference yesterday. We're going to go through that. New offense coordinator for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Heard some good stuff. I have some thoughts on the nonverbal. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that whole thing. But I love the hire in general, but I have questions. Maybe you do too. Another article for Mark Topkin, who's at the winter meetings. He got a hold of Rob Manfred yesterday. Great job, by the way, by Topper getting Stu and Rob Manfred to comment on all this stuff. So good content there in the Times. But man, we got thoughts. Another incredible quote from Stu Sternberg. And by the way, if you're not following Chris Latvala, who is trolling Stu Sternberg at an epic level, like I'm jealous.
Publicly. Yeah.
I'm jealous. Like he is taken over as Stu's number one nemesis. And I'm frankly jealous. He's crushing me. I can't even hold a candle to what he's tweeting and trolling. It's so good. So follow him. Maybe we'll read a couple just for fun today. Mean tweets from Chris Latvala to Stu Sternberg. It's so good.
We should be doing a mean tweet segment anyway. Like I feel like that should be a thing.
Yeah, we should. All right. So last night at Amalie Arena, a great atmosphere. We asked you fans yesterday, and we kind of asked you on the Jumbotron to bring the Thunder, and you did. You did. Hats off to Lightning fan, Bolts Nation. You brought it last night in spades. That was huge. Place was packed. 400th consecutive sellout. How about that? In Tampa Bay.
Man, I've been impressed every time I look at the box.
Market.
Every time I look at the box scores, the home games for the Lightning, 19,092.
19,000. Yeah,
every
sell the ticket. So it's unbelievable the way they've done it. It's a great template. If the Rays ever really wanted to, and their new ownership will look at this and say, "Oh, you mean if you build a nice stadium in the centrally located Tampa area, that people will show up for hockey?" Yes, they will. And they'll show up for baseball too. By the way, and we did the math on this. My good friend, Chris Palermo, attorney, so I'm going to give him credit on this. He did the math on this. All right. This is generally speaking. So of course you've heard this other false narrative. Oh, the Rays are playing in a minor league stadium. They're going to lose so much money. False. Lie. So they've got basically 11,500, 12,000 tickets. All right. They're selling them at 150% to 200% more in terms of cost than they did at Tropicana Field. And by the way, they're all sold out. Before spring training begins, they're all sold out. How about that? So for all you people that were trolling me when we finally learned that the St. Pete deal wasn't going to go through, and that's where we think we're at. We're just waiting for March 31st. For all you people, let's see if Tampa buys the tickets. Let's see if they step up. I'm like, okay. And I put it on Twitter. I said, I'll give $100 to all you people, St. Pete. I hate to say this, but I don't even say St. Pete trolls, but you trolls that are trolling Tampa. I said, I'll give you, how about for every game that's under 10,000, I'll give you $100. And for every game that's over 10,000, you give me $100. So basically sell it. No takers. A lot of keyboard warriors, but no takers because it's all sold out at 150 to 200% more than the prices at Tropicana Field. How about that? And by the way, so if you do the numbers on that, and their average attendance was 16,000 last year, right? So you do the numbers, and this is a basic, simple math, okay? It basically is the same amount of revenue, if not more, because it's premium seating. So when you hear that lie from Stu Sternberg, our revenues aren't going to be as much in terms of ticket sales, that's a lie.
Yeah,
that's a lie. And their sponsorship packages will be more because you're going to have sold out stadiums, more energy, more everything, which is also going to help you sell more television spots because it's going to be a much better look when you turn on the TV. Oh, this place is packed. There's energy in this joint. I'm not turning this off, as opposed to turning on a Rays game in the mausoleum where you can hear Susie Joe and Bobby Sue talking about their high school boyfriends in 6C, section 142.
All right, I have to apologize to Susie Joe and Bobby Sue because they haven't done nothing wrong to warrant this.
No, actually, those conversations were actually more interesting than the game, so I thank them oftentimes. So, but I mean,
and also look, this in the smaller stadium, the sponsorship opportunities, people, you won't have as many sponsorship opportunities because space is limited. But what sponsorship opportunities do you have, whether it's outfield wall, whether it's whatever, they're going to cost more.
He's going to be tattooing ads on their asses. Are you kidding me? Yeah, they'll find a way. More. They'll get their signage. He'll be fine. Yeah, exactly. They're going to, that whole narrative is, from the very beginning was ridiculous. But here we are. And I'm sure it'll be, printed in the Times 1,000 times without any backup whatsoever, without any math or anything at all. We'll just, Stu says it, we print it. That's all good. We'll lose millions of dollars. Right. Anyway, so where was I? I was talking about the actual Bolts. Yeah. 400 consecutive sellouts. Fantastic. And two wins over Ottawa that they absolutely had to have. And I'll listen, I'll be honest with you. I feel positive about this team. I haven't lied to you guys, but there was a part of me that was like, I think they're going to be fine when they have to win games. I just do, because the core is too good. They're too used to doing it. The Lightning, when they have to win, that's when they play at their best. But that's why, and this is why I think it was so key. Tuesday night's game, second intermission. Coop goes in there. They're tied at 2 with Ottawa. And he basically says, what you got in there? What's in the guts? What are you going to show me here? What are you going to show yourselves? What are we made of? What is this team made of? He challenged his team. This is the moment. Yes, but he's 2 games with Ottawa, basically 8 points. All right, and it's going to come down to that at the end of the season. I think they'll be fine in terms of making the playoffs, but we need some home games, need some momentum. This is the time. For the regular season. This was the moment. And they go out in the third period. Hagel scores the go-ahead goal, and they win 4-3. And Vasi makes, I think, 10 saves in the third period. It's fantastic. That was Stanley Cup 2021 lockdown, third period, vintage Lightning. Absolutely. Get the big goal and then bury them. And that's what they did. And then last night, same thing. They get an early power play goal, which they've gone back to kind of a more conventional power play and got some good looks last night. They had been, I think, 1 for 18 or 1 for 14 on the power play to that point. And Gensel, and the one is Gensel's last night on the rebound. Great no-look pass from Kucherov to point at the bumper spot. He shoots, and then Gensel's there for the rebound, and it's in. So that was a huge goal for Gensel. Then they give one up, and then in the third period or the second period, it's Hagel again. And this is his third go-ahead goal in 4 games. I mean, this guy has become an elite player in this league, and that's why he's playing for the 4 nations for Canada. And he has become, the Braden Point of yesteryear, although Braden Point's obviously still killing it. But these are big goals, huge freaking goals. So we get to the third period, and I'm on the TV set there talking to Andrew Chuck and Paul Kennedy, and Paul's been the champion and you as well. Like 2 goals, that ain't enough, right? We don't win with 2 goals. We haven't won a game all year with 2 goals. So I'm like, we need another one. And Point comes up big, and they get that 3-1 goal and kind of salt it away. So that was huge, and they made it stand up. Late in the game, Gaudreau had a wide open shot, but it was 3-1 at that point. But he hit I think Vasi got a piece of it, and then it went off the crossbar. That was a little bit of a crazy moment. But for the most part, they played disciplined hockey. They didn't chase it. They didn't try to force things. They got the lead, and they locked it down. And that's what you want to see. That's the Lightning formula. They can score, and they will score. But they got to have that ability to lock things down. McDonough, I thought, was great last night. Fantastic again. Chernak gets an empty netter, gets absolutely buried by Tkachuk. And as he's trying to clear the puck, and then it goes off the wall and into the empty net, which was well-deserved.
Yeah.
So, everything about last night was exactly what Connor Sheary, who was set down to AHL and called up and said, you figure out what you've been missing, get set, play with Sidney Crosby and Kucherov and all these guys at the NHL level, and then get sent down. I'm going to tell you what, he played hard last night. That was not the same guy we saw before. So that was a kick in the pants.
Since what, November? In November when he got
for a while.
Right?
He'd been down there for a while.
Yeah.
So he came back and played hard last night. And if he can give that kind of effort, then he can be part of the answer going forward. Because obviously JBB's out there looking for depth forwards. That's no secret. Is Connor Sheary one of those guys? Well, if he plays like we thought he could play, I'm not, one game, I'm not going to crown the dude as that guy that can help out and get some depth scoring going. But he's, he obviously has the chops to do it. He has the talent. Is he too old? Is he done? I don't know. But I saw a different guy last night. He played hard, and he made a difference. And that's what we need. Gergensons has been really, really good. Chafee gets a goal last night, even though it was the 4-1 goal. That's confidence. See that puck go in the net. That's going to help you out. So 2 huge wins. They're now into third place in the Atlantic, overtaking Ottawa. They got 2 games in hand on them.
Well, you're tied for third, technically.
Yeah, tied for third. Well, percentage-wise, our winning percentages.
Right. They have 2 more losses. Yes, you're correct.
Yeah. So I think we have 2 games in hand with Ottawa.
Yeah, you do.
If I'm not mistaken. So yeah. But now we're ahead of them. Stay ahead of them. And, we came into this week, I believe, 3-9 in the Atlantic. So now we're creeping up towards 500. Now we got two huge games at Detroit and at Montreal. Two afternoon games this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, which, by the way, Halverson is probably going to play one of those games. What an incredible story he is. I got his mom's number, by the way. A friend of mine lives next door to his mom. So we're going to have his mom on next week.
Careful.
Yeah. Why do you always go there?
I just said careful.
She's got a great story. Her son went through the ringer and, was, out of the NHL completely, playing, podunk hockey, working farm jobs and cleaning up stables.
That makes you a man.
And now he's back in the NHL. And so that's a
Well
cool
deserved.
story. So we'll get, and who better to tell you that story than mom, right?
Yeah. She was there for all of it.
Yeah. So we're going to get her on. So anyway, Halverson may play this weekend, but you got to get, I want to give me 2 points this weekend. Just get me 2 points. I don't care how you get them. Right. Give me 2 points out of these two games.
Preferably two ties if you're only going to get 2 points. That'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, whatever it takes.
Losses.
Yeah. Whatever it takes. Just get me 2 points. And, we'll go to the Four Nations break in really, really good position.
So do you have insight on Cirelli, his injury?
No, tried to get some. You can't get.
Yeah, they don't tell anybody.
Well,
I figured JP would know something.
They don't tell Emblem. They don't tell Chief. They don't tell anybody. Because I get them drunk at the post game show and try to get stuff out of them because that's how I work. It's one of my great MOs.
I got to go to a post game party one night.
Here, Brian, have another one. You would never have to say that to Chief.
No.
He's always way ahead of you with his Canadian ginger ale. But yeah, there's no word on that. But listen, he went out for a couple shifts on Tuesday and then finished the game. And then he did not practice yesterday, but we heard he was going to play. And then sometime in mid-afternoon, they said, nah, he's not going to play. So I don't think it's long term. And here's the thing: with Four Nations coming up, and he's on the team, you're going to have to amputate both legs and probably a hand to keep him from playing for Team Canada.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the injury is, but I mean, I will say this: Four Nations is not going to help his injury, but
no, because it's going to be. International play isn't as physical as NHL play. It's just not because of the rules. But it'll still wear on you. I mean, playing hockey wears on your body for sure. And you talked about the Lightning moving up in the Atlantic. You talked about the Lightning in the Eastern Conference. You've now taken care of Ottawa, swept those 2 games that you had to have.
Huge.
You've got, as you mentioned, Detroit tomorrow night. Les Habitants on Sunday, back-to-back on the road. Detroit's much improved. I don't know what's happened with them. I don't know why and I don't know that they're great, but they're pretty good. They're better than they were last year. And then you've got a Habs team
7-2-1 in their last 10.
Yeah, they're coming on. So both strong teams for you there in the Atlantic. And if you're looking at the NHL power rankings, I always pay attention to these a little bit. I look at them every couple of weeks. The Lightning have moved up to number 13 overall. They've
13.
moved up from 14. You've got Ottawa. Now this was before your 2 wins against Ottawa, but Ottawa was at number 12. Avalanche 11, Wild 10, Devils 9. Your Maple Leafs at 8, Knights at 7, Hurricanes 6, Dallas Stars at 5, Panthers 4, Edmonton Oilers 3, Capitals 2, and of course the Winnipeg Jets at number 1. But here's the key, I think, to the success of the Lightning and why you can be optimistic moving forward here. Look, these 2 games against Detroit and Montreal, like you said, just get 2 points. You don't have to win both games. If you do, you'll make things easier on yourself. If you don't, you'll make things harder on yourself, but you're still not obviously out of it, right? But look at John Cooper. John Cooper's been here for more than a decade.
13
3 cup
years.
finals, 2 cup wins, and he still has the drive, I think, and the determination.
4 cup finals
to lead. Is it 4?
Yeah, I think it's 4. Yeah.
I counted I counted
Chicago in 2015.
Okay. But he still has that drive and determination like he was here his first year. When you hear him talk, you wouldn't know he's been with the same organization for 13 years, you know, and that's going to be important in just an absolute gauntlet of an Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
And maybe even more of a gauntlet of an Atlantic division.
Yeah,
so,
the Atlantic is just blowing up this year.
It is.
And that's why, that's why to me, it's like, okay, first of all, to get to a game in the regular season that you got to have is hard to do, because, it's a regular season. But I think in the juxtaposition of this season and where they were in the Atlantic Division, these two games were must have. They were must have. And they were playoff atmosphere type games. What does your team do? Like again, what Cooper said, I'm challenging you here. What's in there? What do you got? This is where you're going to show me what you got. Because listen, Ottawa and Tampa Bay are pretty similar teams. I think they're I think Tampa Bay is a little bit better, but anyway, but Ottawa's been hot, right? They've been playing really well. Yeah. Go win the two games. You got to win it. Find a way. Sorelli goes out. Sorelli didn't even play last night. Win the game. Sorelli goes out of the game. Come back. Nick Paul goes out on Tuesday. They're down a center. They find a way. Find a way. And when you can do that, that's playoff hockey. Because shit's going to happen, man. And in the playoffs, stuff's going to go down. And you got to just find a way to freaking win the game. And that's what they did the last two games. And that's what gives me a lot of hope that says this, this team has some guts. It still has that championship Stanley Cup DNA. It still has that DNA. They still have the core of those guys. And when you have that, you know what it takes. You know what the desperation level has to be. You know where your game has to be, and you take it there. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know what it takes. These guys do. And that's why when you've won the ultimate prize, you're so much better at doing it, which is why the Chiefs are going to win again on Sunday.
100%.
We'll get into that a little bit later on.
Definitely.
So, all right. So that's the Lightning. Well, let's take a break. I'm going to come back and get into the Bucs and the Rays. Josh Grizzard, the Grizzard of Oz, is the new OC for your Buccaneers. Really good press conference yesterday. Learned a lot about him, and I love his philosophies. He said all the right things, but maybe some stuff that he didn't say. More important, less important. We'll talk about it. We're brought to you by the Jeeves Law Group, JEEVES lawgroup.com. We are in the Jeeves Law Group studio today. Should we do the wide shot here? While I tell you they are local, they are trusted, and they get results. It's our beautiful studio right here. Going to get even better. We got stuff coming. But anyway, if you're in an accident, make sure you call them. Tell them JP sent you. Great representation. Very aggressive. Insurance companies hate them. It's the Jeeves Law Group. Not attorney spokesman. Offices Tampa, St. Pete. Back in 3.
Make this Valentine's Day a real hit by coming to Alessi Promotions Gloves and Roses, a night of professional boxing. We'll have something special for all the ladies. February 14th at the Downtown Hilton, experience professional boxing. Citrus County's own Drake Banks, a 7-0 heavyweight with 5 knockouts. And featuring our main event, an NBA title fight featuring undefeated Stephen Ray Jr. Get your tickets online at AlessiPromotions.com or scan the QR code and go directly to eTix.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
So many of our Tampa Bay neighbors are finding out the hard way from Hurricane Helene that homeowners insurance does not cover flood damage. You must have flood insurance. It's a separate policy. Immediately call Italiano Insurance at 813-877-7799, and they will shop around to find the best policy before rates go up. Lock it in. Over 60% are underinsured in Florida, or you're not getting your discounts that you're entitled to. So do an insurance checkup at Italiano, and they could save you thousands of dollars. Italiano will make sure you're with a highly rated insurer, so there are no surprises in your time of need. Our hearts go out to all our neighbors devastated by Helene. These are the times we're proud to protect all the pieces of your life. Italiano Insurance, 813-877-7799. Old Hurricane Helene put a hurting on Tampa Bay, and for many of you, the rebuild will be a long process. You must beware of unscrupulous contractors offering up quick fixes for incredible prices. It's a scam. So go with long-standing reputable companies like Third Generation Plumbing and AC. My friend John Rodriguez has been serving Tampa Bay since 1995 with hundreds of 5-star reviews. If you need a new AC system or any home repairs from Helene, they will work with insurance companies to get you taken care of quickly, expertly installed, of course, and a 1-year maintenance plan and 10-year warranty included on all AC units. 0% financing for 60 months. Contact them at thirdgenerationplumbing.com or 813-961-8024. That's 813-961-8024, thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Let's go! Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show. Coming to you live from our Tampa studios here, the G's Law Group studios. And in Dallas, our affiliate podcast network, DSP Media. Look at that beautiful studio right there. We got Charlotte coming online. We got Columbus coming online. What else we got coming online?
Kansas City.
Kansas City. We got Kansas City coming online.
Yeah.
Join the FanStream Sports Network family. If you'd like a franchise, we have our franchise stuff up ready yet for everybody.
Still getting contracts drawn up.
The lawyers legal. Everything's illegal right now.
Yeah, it's all illegal right now.
Everything's illegal. Yeah.
Everywhere.
I love it. I love it. One of you big money guys out there, you want to get in the sports industry? Come give us lots of money, and then we'll really blow this thing up.
Think you can do what we do?
Yeah.
Put your money where your mouth is, and let's.
Well, hell, we'll put you on the radio if you have enough money. Absolutely. Right. Let's go. Let's go. JP at the JPPetersonShow.com, accepting all donations. You can go. We need to get that super chat thing hooked up so people can give us super chat money, because all these people in the comments they want to give us money.
Well, I can facilitate that when we get your subscriptions up on the JP Peterson Show.
You know what? I think we're gonna have that done this week. We're hiring a company that's illegal as well, by the way.
Yeah.
So anyway, come join the party with us here. JP at the JPPetersonShow.com. If you like to sponsor the show, JP at the JPPetersonShow.com. All right. We want to get to a couple of comments here because we love our commenters so much. Yeezy says the barn was electric last night. Not a fan of shutting down the lane on the interstate on game night, though. What a pain. What the hell happened there? Somebody shut down a lane on the interstate?
Somebody break down. Somebody from Texas break down.
I don't know. Well, tell me what that was all about, Yeezy. Christopher Cole says Winston on the facility this morning. On the facility?
That's a show.
Oh, he's been all over it. Super Bowl in New Orleans. I saw him riding one of those rickshaw bikes and singing. He's just a treasure. The dude is an absolute national treasure. John Hill says saw him last night. What does Montreal always play a hockey game on Super Bowl Sunday?
Because they don't care about the Super Bowl in Montreal.
Yeah, that's it. I didn't know that was a thing till this week.
Yeah, they don't watch that garbage. They got the Grey Cup, which is way better than the Super Bowl. Look, you guys, Canadian football is way better than American football. I'm saying it right now, live on the air, putting all of this at risk of the things I don't have.
12,
because it's a better field.
Players.
There are better rules, and it's more exciting.
12 players, right? 3 downs. 3 downs.
3 downs. It is
a 12 players.
55-yard field.
Yeah,
wide,
20-yard end zone,
20. So it's and 110 yards long. You have a 55-yard line as center field, midfield.
It is more wide open. There's no question.
And you can have players one player moving forward towards the line of scrimmage at the snap of the ball.
I like that. It just brings more speed to the game. Can you imagine the cheetah getting a head start, getting a running start?
Can you imagine?
Holy yikes.
Yeah, and the Grey Cup's been around a lot longer than the Super Bowl. I'm telling you.
Did you see this? Did you see this last night? By the way,
no.
You didn't see me in the Gensel?
No, I did not. I don't get your TV show in Dallas.
No. I put it on social last night.
Oh, did you? Oh, I'll go find it then.
Yeah, hold on. I get the. There, look at that. You see that USA?
USA.
That's the Gensel jersey. That thing is freaking awesome.
I'd have to get me one of those.
Yeah, yeah. No, you don't. I think they're about $7,000. Yeah. So, my ADHD is just on high this week. I don't know why. I can't remember anything. I think you could tell by this show.
Yeah, I can vouch for that.
Focus is just. I'm everywhere this week. I am just like everywhere. So I freaking forgot my jacket last night. Actually, I didn't forget it. I put it in the car, and I had to go back home to get my my credential. Which when I went back home, I did something else and then forgot to pick up my credential. So then I had to go back a second time. This is unbelievable. This is the second time. And so when I went back, I saw, I had like 4 or 5 jackets in the back. I'm like, oh, I should bring those up, get. So I brought all the jackets up, and it took the one I was supposed to wear last night out of the car. So then I get to the arena, and I go to get my jacket. I'm like, oh, I put my jacket back in the apartment. So I don't.
Well, you told me yesterday you lost your laptop, so that was a good indication right there that things aren't going well. In
my laptop at the Tampa Bay Tonight studio, my new show, by the way, which we have to show you guys. Pretty cool show. My dream come true. Me and Johnny Carson. So cold out there last night. Anyway, so I forgot my.
Nobody knows who that is, by the way.
So I know, right? My co-host didn't. And so I go.
Really? Oh my God! Is he 12?
She's like 23. She was born in 2001. I'm like, oh my God!
Same age as my son.
I literally have hoodies older than you. Like I have 2 hoodies that I know that I wear that are older than you. So I go to call the fixer, John Franzone, who fixes everything. My boss. I'm like, dude, I forgot. He goes, no worries. I'm gonna we're promoting the 4 Nations tonight, so I'm gonna have you wear Gensel's 4 Nations jersey. I'm like, yes, and I don't like I don't wear jerseys, but I was absolutely. I mean, putting that USA on your chest, dude. Even though I did nothing to earn it, it still felt really, really cool. So yeah, they are available in Team Store. The Canada ones look great. The red and the white. But the USA ones are fantastic as well, and they have the Swedish ones, and I think they have the Finland ones as well. Is that Finnish? Is it Finnish?
Finnish.
So they're beautiful, beautiful jerseys. So I had to wear that last night instead of my normal coat, which was cool. Everybody loved it. And guess what? Gensel scored in the first period because I wore his jersey in pregame.
Because of that. Yep.
Because of that. I came on the first intermission. I was like, so I had the Gensel jersey on, and how did I know he was going to score in the first period? Because I know, because I do the highlights. We have a script, duh. So that's how it was in the script. Just like football, it's all scripted.
All scripted.
Tim or John Hill wants to know: is Tim an illegal Canadian bacon camping in Texas? Do you have a green card? Does legal need to know about you?
So no. I actually have dual citizenship.
Okay.
I'm a dual citizen.
Cody says unfriendly, hostile Eagle fans forced me to root for the Chiefs. I'm with you, Cody. If you're a fan base that intentionally pukes on other fans and beats up women and anybody wearing the other colored jersey, I cannot root for any of your teams. I'm sorry. I just cannot do it. No matter how much I like some of your players, I can't do it. I mean, our Sal Pal, friend of the show, he's the Philly guy. I said, sorry, Sal Pal, I can't do it, bub. I can't do it. You force me. You're so bad. Your fans are so bad. You force me to root for Tay and Kelsey. That's how bad you are.
No, see, I'm not rooting for Tay and Kelsey. I'm rooting for Mahomes.
Okay. It's again, I said this 2 weeks ago. I'm not ever going to get caught up in I'm sick of watching Pat Mahomes play.
Nope.
I'm sick of watching him win.
How can you get sick of that? Yeah.
I'm gonna embrace it and enjoy watching. We never thought we'd see another Brady.
Yeah.
But at this point, do you think he's not going to win more Super Bowls than Brady?
Man, you know what? I liken it to the whole Tiger Woods chasing Jack Majors thing. how early on we were like, oh, he's going to blow Jack's record out of the water. Well, he's still not going to get it. You know, it's Mahomes' body is going to break down at some point. That model, we'll get into it with Super Bowl talk, but that model that they have going on this year is not sustainable.
Agreed.
It's just not. I mean, I would love to see Mahomes do that. I'd love to see him win 8. All right, I have no problem with that. Do I think it would all be with the Chiefs? No, but I would love to see it. But I just don't think it's possible.
You think he's leaving Kansas City?
I mean, I think at some point late in his career he will, just like Brady left the Patriots. Yeah, it's just it's
Peyton Manning left the Colts.
He was kicked out of the Colts for Andrew Luck, though.
Good morning to you. Michael LaRue said, I met Brian Bradley last night, and he said they need to improve their third line with a trade. He also said the best move the team made this past offseason was bringing McDonough back. Well, Michael, you watch this show, and Brian comes on all the time. He said those things on our show, but he said them to you, so it meant more, and that's cool. And you know what else is cool? Michael can just walk up to him and say hello. Why don't you walk up to me and say hello, Michael?
Well, because you tell everybody you charge $5 for a photo.
That's not true. I charge 20.
He says,
wait, my price just went up. My price just went up because, you know, if you get $20 million to take a pic with Zelensky, I can at least get a hundo for a pic?
JP's line is photo for 5, 2 for 15.
Michael Sorgel says a don't laugh challenge with mean comments to Sternberg. If you laugh, you drink. Yes, Michael. Yes. I love this. Let's play a drinking game. We'll get like the 10 greatest quotes in Stu Sternberg history, and there's some doozies. And we got one today that we're going to talk about. I thought yesterday's was the coup de grace on the honesty. I didn't think he could top that one. Didn't think he could top that one, but he did. Never mind. And,
I'm going to start drinking. I got to take a preemptive ibuprofen.
By the way, in the second hour, we got Tricia Whitaker, who was on with Ken Rosenthal yesterday. And the subtext of what she said is fantastic. The subtext is even better. She knows. And I wish she could be just completely honest. I mean, that's how you get great jobs in this business. You don't pop off like I do. But she was great. She's fantastic. And I miss her already on the broadcast. Rick says for 20 million, Hitlernomics rule. You'd be a Hitler fan for 20 million, Rick? I mean, I have a price when it comes to Hitler, you know.
Yeah, it'd be more than 20 million.
Yeah. James, good morning to you, says, please, Jeff Vinnick, be the mystery billionaire, possible owner of the Rays, please.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
If that was, I don't know, he's pretty good at hiding things, I guess. I mean, I don't mean that in a bad way, but he's so good and powerful and strategic. If he was going to buy, unlike Stu's stupid comment, like if the Rays were for sale, you'd know it. Well, we do know it, you dumbass. Everybody knows it. Golly.
We're all just watching the show.
I thought, when Vince Naimoli quoted himself when he read his own press release and then quoted himself in a press conference, I thought that would be the dumbest thing I'd ever seen an owner do at the Rays, but I was wrong. I was wrong. Stu topped that. James says, Josh Grizzard will do a great job. I'm so glad he stayed as well as our own line coaches. I think so too, but I don't know it. We'll get into that in just a second as well. James says AOC calling Elon not a smart billionaire.
Oh my gosh. I have never seen a video. I'll take that back. There's one video that I've watched now that was dumber than the AOC video, and that was the Kamala Harris 60 Minutes video.
How about that?
AOC just makes
that. You didn't think it could be worse than you thought it was? It's worse.
I thought the edited part was bad. The unedited part is, oh my God, how is this woman even still in public service? Like, how is she not canceled? She's so dumb.
I think we know. Yeah, can you? I heard Clay Travis saying yesterday that he will put up all the money to produce the show and do a quiz show between AOC and Elon. Like the two of them will come play Jeopardy. Can you imagine how dumb she would look playing Jeopardy? Like she's the one that watches Jeopardy and like kids Jeopardy and goes, "Wow, this is too hard.
These kids are too smart.
These kids are too smart." Like, can you imagine? Do you? I have any idea how stupid she would be just in American history alone? Like American history for 100.
I'd love to see that.
Who was the first president? She'd be like, president of what?
President of who? I didn't vote for him.
Can you imagine Elon and AOC going and doing an intelligence contest of any type? I'd pay to see that. I would pay to see that.
Good Lord.
William Madden says, "What is your favorite Sinatra song?"
Ooh, man, that's a hard one because there's so many.
Do you want me to sing it or do you want me to tell you? Lovely, don't you ever change. Keep that breathless charm. Oh, I made my wife do that as our wedding song.
Oh wow!
Just the way you look tonight. The
way you look tonight, yeah.
Oh, so good.
I like Strangers in the Night.
Strangers in the
That's
Night.
Life. Summer wind. Got you under my skin.
Luck be a lady tonight.
It was a very good year.
That's a banger. Oh God, there's so many. Yeah. There's so many good. Jim Barron, good morning to you. Says R&B, rodeos, and Beyonce. That's what R&B is now.
So did I see a picture of her like in a cowboy hat? She's wearing cowboy hats now.
You haven't seen the cowboy getup? If you don't think she was making fun of country music, wait till you see the cowboy getup.
And they gave her an award.
She looks great, like the sexiest cowboy ever. She looks fantastic.
I just don't think she's attractive.
Really?
No.
Come on. That long blonde hair. Come on. That long blonde hair.
It's all fake.
What?
It's not real hair. She wears a wig.
Oh, that's not her hair?
Let's see. No, it can't be. That's not real hair. No one has hair like that.
Why would she wear a blonde wig?
Oh, because she's bald. Like me.
But
I don't know. Don't women wear wigs all the time? That's a thing, right?
I was joking. I was like,
I mean, I don't know things.
Of course it's a wig. But she looks great.
See if I can throw
Mike H says, as much as I don't like the Eagles, I can't stand the Chiefs. Taylor, Kelsey kneeling, Mahomes, his punk kid brother, and Brittany win. It's a tough call, man. There's just so much to hate for both of them. I was at the Ashley and I went out to Vegas for the Capital One the match, and it was Mahomes and Kelsey against oh God, who was the other one? I don't even forget. But anyway, so Brittany Mahomes was there, and his brother was there. His brother was riding on the back of the cart on his phone the entire time and never watched the shot. Like never watched the shot. It was just on the back of the cart the whole time. You know, the backward seat, just on his phone the whole time. Brittany was like adjusting everything she could possibly adjust with her outfit, like constantly looking in the mirror. Right. It's just insufferable. Like the whole gang was just insufferable.
So I've kind of become a fan of Jason Kelsey since he's retired and he's no longer an Eagle.
I love Jason Kelsey.
I think Jason Kelsey's great. I don't think I'll think the same thing about Travis after he retires from the Chiefs because I like the Chiefs, right? I just literally hate Travis Kelsey and everything he does, every word he says, every breath he takes. I want it to be his last. That's dark, but still
interesting.
But Jason Kelsey's freaking awesome.
He's fun.
He's really wears Eagles things. Like, so we had the Eagles Patriots Super Bowl a few years ago. Absolutely hated both teams. Swore I wouldn't watch it. I ended up going and buying a freaking Patriots hat and watching the Super Bowl, cheering for the Patriots. Maybe that's why they lost.
That's exactly why they lost.
Stomach a freaking Eagles victory in this year, and I'm not going to stomach it again this year because they're going to lose.
Good morning, B. He says, once Stu breaks ground, the mayor is going to backdoor Stu extra cash. So we got backdoors going on now? The whole damn deal's a backdoor deal.
They looking for a glory hole?
It may be. Cody says, edge rusher Trey Hendrickson is from Orlando. Do you think he would want to play close to home? Hell yeah.
Wow.
Do you think he would rather play for the Bucs or Cincinnati?
To me, the Bucs are more fun.
Nobody wants to play for the Bengals. Nobody.
It's a miserable town.
It's a miserable. I'm a big Reds fan. I've been to Cincinnati once, twice.
Yeah, I love the Reds.
Yeah, Reds are my team growing up.
That'd make it a good city.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Thomas Casper says the next Beyonce should do a Jimmy Buffett song album because she deserves a Grammy.
Oh my God. Wasted away again in Margaritaville.
Everybody was making a big, she never won album of the year. She has 38 Grammys. Like Sinatra has like 12.
Is that what you like right there? That's what you think is attractive?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm out. We will never fight over women, JP.
Yeah.
It does nothing for me except make me giggle. Makes me giggle a little bit.
It's kind of funny. Michael LaRue says Eli Manning won 2 Super Bowls, but he's not even a winning quarterback. He's a 500 quarterback, and his win-loss record is 117-117. Thank you,
Eli Manning. Eli Manning is a Hall of Fame quarterback, and the fact that he didn't get in. And you know what? The problem is, and I don't know. You know what? We'll talk about it later. I don't want to get into it now. I'm going to get all riled up. I have to go pee.
All right. Eli Manning. No, I already read that one. Breaking, Jaguars just hired Bucs parking lot staff team expected to interview Bucs janitorial staff as well. Yeezy. That was awesome. That's a good one. They did hire John Van Dam, the tight ends coach. So all the things, Liam wanted the general manager. He wanted the offensive line coach, the assistant offensive line coach. You got the tight ends coach.
By the way, it's 118 and 118. Okay, as a starter, don't take that one win away from him. Well, and the only reason John Van Dam went is because his contract was up and he was able to go. They couldn't stop him.
Right.
So, you know, the Bucs we're doing everything they can. They still are to keep their assistant coaches in the building, but they couldn't do anything about Van Dam because he was not under contract. So he was able to make that choice freely. So
Van Dam it.
Yeah. So don't let the door hit you or the good Lord split you, John. We'll see you down the road.
I mean, you know, I will say this: the tight ends improved dramatically. I think Kate Otten improved dramatically this year. As after the catch was fantastic. Payne Durham definitely became a much better blocker and catcher of the football in year 2. And Devin Culp, when he finally got his shot late in the year, made some great catches and really, really looked like he belonged out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say that. So, I joke about it, but he did a great job with these guys. You know, they're also talented players. There's that. But, you got to give the coach, that's your segment. And your segment's improving and looking good. You get credit for that.
Yep.
Thomas Casper says, for entertainment, who needs football? We have Stu Sternberg. I know. Like, it
could be a sitcom, couldn't it?
Like, when he's gone,
what are we going to do?
What are we going to do? Like, I just thought
about what we'll do, JP? We'll talk about how the Rays are winning a lot.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do.
Well, listen, winning regular season games has not been a problem with Stu, but, it's not what it's all about. We want to enjoy the games. We want to enjoy supporting the team. We want to look for, we look forward to days ahead that are going to be, full of promising teams and maximizing our potential as a market. Where we should not be one of the lowest payroll teams. We never should be. We're the 11th largest market. We should be in the upper half in terms of spending on payroll. If that, if payroll equals, team support, then we should be up there at least in the middle of the pack because of our market size. The only reason we're not is because we have a greedy owner that wants to pocket the money. He could have spent $150 million on payroll every year and still made money. That's the truth. That's the God's honest truth that you're not going to hear anywhere else. And that's a fact. That is an absolute fact. Do the math in terms of revenues and what we spent. So 100%, we want to have to maximize our baseball team like we have our hockey team. 400 consecutive sellouts.
Yeah.
We're not a bad fan base like everybody else wants to say. We're not a bad fan base. We have a bad owner, a bad stadium, and a bad location. Are you hearing those little dings?
No.
Coming in. I'm getting notifications and they're ringing in my ear. I don't want them to come over the air.
No, I'm not hearing those.
Rick says, all that technology without a budget. Enjoy the show before Elon and Doge shut you down. See, Doge, we would be like the model Doge program. He'd be like, you dogs are doing all that on that? See, that's what we need out of our government. You guys are making it work on a shoestring budget. You're not getting $20 million to go take pictures with Zelensky. No. You're not producing the Elmo show in Iraq for $20 million. You're not doing that. So yeah, we would Doge would love us. Max Space says, "Morning, JP. Should we expect an apology from the sports media up in the swamplands by claiming Bucs were hostage people from promotions? They're Jags fans. That's enough depression for them." Listen, it's so funny. Like that through this whole Liam Cohen thing, which, by the way, we need to take the Liam Cohen honesty quote. Remember that soundbite we had of him talking about how important honesty,
integrity.
Yeah, integrity, and then put it up and then next to Stu's quote on his honesty quote. And like do a poll, like who did it better? Who lied better about honesty? That's just so good. No, I don't think you can expect apologies from those people up there. Look, what have they had to cheer about ever? It's Jacksonville. All apologies to my good friend Rick Ballou up there, who comes on the show and we love him. But he'd say the same thing. Like, what have they ever won? Like the entire city. What have they ever won? They got a Super Bowl. You know what they won? We'll never be back. Like I think the NFL commissioner literally said we'll never come back to Jacksonville. Yeah. It was so bad. It was they had 6
Which
restaurants.
Super Bowl was that?
It was the Super Bowl. We had a Super Bowl. I went to it.
No, I was saying which one was it? It was the
worst one.
I can't remember who played in it. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. We did shows from there. Oh God. I can't remember my jacket. You want me to remember who played in the Jacksonville Super Bowl?
Or your laptop?
Or my laptop?
Oh, that was the Eagles Patriots.
Oh, it was
2005.
Yeah, was that the one? No,
that was the one the Patriots won back in 2005. Yeah.
Lonnie Wilkins says, "Happy Friday! Shout out Trisha for going on the record for the fans and stating it needs to be in Tampa, not trusting the St. Pete ballpark plans from the start." Yes. We're going to hear that in just a little bit. In fact, let's take a break. We'll come back on the other side. 2 great sound bites from Trisha Whitaker on the Ken Rosenthal show. And we'll get to the sound bites from Josh Grizzard as well. Super Bowl props coming your way. And, of course, the Rays talk and the greatest quote from Stu in 24 hours. He upped the last one. We are brought to you by the Golden Diamond Source. The Valentine's Day promotion is on. Buy one piece of wonderful jewelry, get the next one at 40% off. 40% off, folks. So head on over to the Golden Diamond Source to get the most for your cash. Already low prices, great atmosphere, great staff there, the best customer service. You just pull in, go in, tell them what your budget is. Say, I don't know what I need to get. And they'll say, how about this? And you'll go, oh, yeah. They wrap it up. You're out of there. You make it easy. And tell them JP sent you, by the way. Golden Diamond Source, 3800 Ulmerton Road. Back in 3. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com. Hey guys, why not kick off 2025 by popping the question? Yes, and you know where to get that perfect engagement ring. It's the Golden Diamond Source. The best prices, the best quality, and yes, get her a real diamond. You don't want to go with the fake stuff. And January's birthstone is garnet for all you FSU fans, right? Get 15% off all the unforgettable garnet jewelry at the Golden Diamond Source. Also, discover Emilique by Emily Johnson Weintraub, a sleek and modern jewelry line that makes everyday gifts extraordinary. And don't forget, you have any unused gold? Turn it into cash or a stunning new piece. With gold prices soaring, there's no better time to trade up. You can do it all at the Golden Diamond Source, 3800 Ulmerton Road, always online at thegoldendiamondsource.com.
This Valentine's Day, a real hit by coming to Alessi Promotions Gloves and Roses, a night of professional boxing. We'll have something special for all the ladies. February 14th at the Downtown Hilton, experience professional boxing. Citrus County's own Drake Banks, a 7-0 heavyweight with 5 knockouts. And featuring our main event, an NBA title fight featuring undefeated Stephen Ray Jr. Get your tickets online at alessipromotions.com or scan the QR code and go directly to eTix.
JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man Scott Jeeves. If you're going to hire an attorney, do you want some guy looking for a quick settlement and a quick buck, or do you want an attorney with some chops? Scott is a board-certified civil trial lawyer and a certified circuit court mediator. Been practicing in the Tampa Bay area for over 30 years. He is a peer-reviewed AV preeminent-rated civil trial lawyer. They just don't hand out those classifications. He's been the lead class action counsel on many complex consumer protection cases and has handled hundreds of serious personal injury cases. He's dedicated his career to protecting injured victims and is committed to vigorously representing you. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. Personal injury and personal attention. Call for a free case evaluation. That's 888-9-JEEVES. That's 888-9-JEEVES. The Jeeves Law Group.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back. Hey, Valentine's plans yet? Well, how about some boxing? Yes. Gloves and Roses is the way to go, folks. This is, I love a good boxing poster, right? Yeah, that's a good boxing poster right there. Gloves and Roses.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Yeah.
Downtown Hilton. Drake Banks, undefeated heavyweight from Homosassa Springs, had him in studio last week. Great young man, had his dad in as well. Really cheering for him. So the lovely Ashley and I will be ringside for this. It's going to be tons of fun. So just go to alessipromotion.com and get your tickets. The downtown Tampa Hilton, it's a great venue. They set it up really cool, and it's going to be all Valentine's themed. Like, the music is going to be Love Hurts, that type stuff. So I have fun with it. Going to have a lot of fun.
So like anti-Valentine's Day music.
Right. So, that's part of Valentine's Day, man.
The pain of love.
The pain. Yeah. It's
that's all I know is pain.
If you don't really love somebody, then you haven't felt the pain.
Oh,
when
for
you
sure.
feel like that's when you're like,
I agree.
I can't do without them.
Yeah.
I know. Ashley knows. I know. We're all about that. So yeah. So come watch some boxing. We'll be there. Ashley will do autographs and take pictures, and there'll be some really, really good fights going on. So that's going to be doors open at 6:00, event 7:30. And all at the downtown Hilton. So get your tickets at Alessi Promotions. Cool stuff.
Nice.
All right. So yesterday, Trisha Whitaker went, which used to be the Rays broadcaster, now moved on. I believe she's working for Apple TV now and Major League Baseball MLB Network, working with Ken Rosenthal. They do a show. So she went on there yesterday. And of course, Ken Rosenthal wrote the article a couple of weeks ago confirming what we have been reporting, that there are groups, plural, trying to buy the Rays. One of them based in Tampa that wants to build in Tampa. So this is from what we reported months ago, and now Ken Rosenthal reporting. So with that as a background, and of course Trisha working here for 6 years, she knows what's going on, and she did a post yesterday, basically saying the fans deserve better, the ticket takers deserve better, the staff deserves better, the coaching staff. She mentioned everybody except ownership. She literally mentioned everybody except ownership. So we got two clips. You can play either one of them. Basically talking about the Rays stadium situation.
All right.
I wonder if you can share how you see it and how you see this playing out. More of that, Trisha. How do you see this playing out?
Careful.
This is a loaded topic. And, when I worked for the Rays and when I worked for Bally, I had to be a little bit more careful, I think, about what I said. I'm still going to be careful about what I say, right? However, I have always, and I don't know, this might make some Rays fans angry, I have always personally felt that the Rays would be better in Tampa.
A lot of people
I have always, they do, but you say that sometimes in St. Pete, and it doesn't go over well for people there. And it would be better in Tampa. Now, I have seen them try to get a deal done in Tampa, and it not happen. right? So I have my doubts about a deal over there. But I do think, Ken, just reading through what has happened, honestly, since the day that I said that I was moving on from the Rays, it's not been good. It is a very murky, muddy relationship between St. Pete and the Rays. I mean, when you have the Pinellas County Commissioner tweeting, sell the team, that's not a good relationship to get a deal done in St. Pete. Now, when you talk, Ken, about Stu selling the team, he did very recently tell the Tampa Bay Times, that he's not looking to sell the team or actively engage in any talks to do so. He said if it was for sale, people would know it. Now, we've also heard many things said by the Rays that were going to happen that never happened. So it's almost like this mental game of not knowing what to believe. And living there for 6 years, I feel for the fans because they got so excited when the Rays said, we're here to stay, we're here to stay, we're here to stay. And it just feels like the rug has been pulled out from under them. So I feel for them. And in my opinion, I don't want the Rays to leave that area, right? I think there's an appetite for baseball. Moving to Tampa makes the most sense. The problem is a deal never seems to get done. And, Ken, like you said, if the solution is Stu selling the team, then so be it. A lot of fans would probably like that. Would it be the best solution? I'm not entirely sure. I don't know that it would hurt things, though.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, there was a lot there that, that the subtext was she has to be careful what she said. The subtext is, the Rays say a lot of things and they don't happen. Stu lies. After she just said, the Rays said they're not selling the team. You would know it.
Yeah.
And then, and then if he sells the team, would that be best? She basically said yes. Yeah. And Tampa would be yes. And you see Ken's look on his face. He wrote the story. He knows as well.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what she knows, that this is. And here's the other very interesting thing. Yesterday, from Mark Topkins' piece, when he talked to Manfred, he said, it's important the way I say this. I'm spending a lot of time with Stu. This is from Manfred. I think he's confronted with an extraordinarily difficult situation, and we're trying to work that situation through and keep my goal to keep the franchise in Tampa Bay. We'd like to keep the franchise in Tampa Bay. This is all Manfred. We think the market is big enough and that there is passion for the game. Having said that, it is challenging. So spending time with Stu Sternberg doesn't mean he's spending time trying to get the deal done in St. Pete. What it means is I'm trying to get him to sell the goddamn team. And it's a very difficult situation because he makes everything difficult. I want to keep the team in Tampa Bay, but we want local ownership, and this is me paraphrasing here, the subtext, and we want the stadium to be in Tampa. I mean, this is, and then it's obviously, Stu's going to go. He's going to go kicking and screaming. It's just, to me, all the signs are on the wall here. It's exactly what's doing, and for Stu to come out and say it's not for sale is such a freaking joke. What else do we? So that's basically all right. There's one more clip from Trisha. Let's go ahead and play that as well.
There's just so much uncertainty surrounding the Rays this offseason. And who I feel for the most, Ken, is really the fans in that area, because the fans in that area deserve a good baseball team. They've had a good baseball team on the field, but the uncertainty when it comes to the off the field stuff and the stadium saga, that, let's be honest, has been going on for years. I remember when they announced that they were going to build the stadium in St. Pete last year, a bunch of red flags went up in my head. I thought over and over again, I don't know if they're going to be able to get this done. And here we are, almost less than a year later. And it's looking like that this might not be a reality for them. Then enter the hurricane, which was devastating. It was horrible. I lived about 4 blocks from Tropicana Field when I lived in St. Pete. And when that hurricane came through and you saw what happened to the Trop, it was just devastating. That's not something that the Rays can control, right? So that's just an unfortunate series of events for them. But when you look at this season and playing at Steinbrenner Field, obviously, it's not ideal for them. However, I don't think it's going to be as terrible as people might think at Steinbrenner Field, because they've done a lot of renovations. It is a very nice field. It gives fans in Tampa an opportunity to go to the games a lot more than they might be able to in St. Pete, because let's be honest, there's a lot of fans in Tampa who don't go to the games in St. Pete because it's so far away. A lot of people don't want to say it, but it's true, right? You cannot just rely on baseball fans in St. Pete because there's not enough of them. I lived there for 6 years. There are not enough baseball fans in St. Pete, and that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it. Tricia nailed it. She nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. She worked inside the organization for 6 years. And again, her tweet yesterday about, she feels for everybody except the, basically ownership tells you everything you need to know. So I think that was enlightening in a lot of different ways. And hopefully, we're still on this track to get new ownership soon. I don't know if it'll be soon, but hopefully within the next year and get the stadium done. Because at this point, everybody knows what the problem is. It's not St. Pete. They've been over backwards for him. It's not Pinellas County. It's not Tampa. It's not anybody's fault but Stu's. And Rob Manfred has to know that. He has to know that. So they want to keep the team here, and that's the good news. All right, let's get to Josh Grizzard as well. Yesterday, he did a press conference. The new OC of your Buccaneers. He's a Yale graduate, worked with Mike McDaniel down in Miami for many, many years, survived 3 different coaching regimes down there, which tells you he's a smart and emotionally intelligent guy. He ran the third down package, or was part of the creative part behind the third down package, which was best in the league last year. He's 34 years old, so he's really young, and he's never called plays before at any level. So, if you're thinking to yourself, and I've heard a lot of people say this over the last 24 hours, this guy is awesome. We're going to be better than we've been. No question about it. We're just going to keep rolling. And that's not Josh Grizzard's fault. He might very well do that. That's a tough ask. I mean, they were number 3 in the league in rushing, went from 32 to 3, yards per carry among the best, 4th in scoring, 30 points a game. Folks, that doesn't happen often, and it's never happened for the Buccaneers. So there was a lot that went right last year. Can it be better? Yeah, I think it can be, but just to automatically assume because of the continuity it's going to be better, I think is a little dangerous. So let's listen to what do we got, about 5 minutes from Josh here? Let's go ahead.
Yeah. And I don't know are you muting your mic when these things come on? If you are, don't. That way we
I'm
can
not
hear
muting
you.
it. Are you?
Okay.
It
must be automatic.
Sarcastic comments that I want you all to hear.
Exactly. Okay.
First and foremost, I want to thank the Glazier family, Jason, Mike, and of course, Coach Bowles for giving me this opportunity. It's not something I take lightly, something I've been preparing for my entire life. And with the group of gentlemen that are in the back, and Sarah as well, that we look forward to this season, being able to take this thing to the next level. And in addition to that, of course, I want to thank my family, my parents, Kevin Elvin Grizzard, my brother, Elijah Grizzard, for their support from being a kid, loving this game, being able to play in college, and then ultimately being able to coach. So without them, I couldn't be here. But once again, thank you to the organization. I'm looking forward to it. It's a great opportunity with great people. And let's take this thing to the next level.
Open up questions. Josh, you're talking about taking this to the next level. That's one of the things that Todd Bowles said in his press release about your hiring is that he liked what he had to say about how you're going to improve what was already a very successful offense. Can you share some of those concepts or ideas?
Absolutely. The continuity of having the staff and the players together is the most important part, because we can go from installing an offense to naming plays and route concepts and halfback footwork to just know now. Once we hit the field, that's the base level. What we did on the fundamentals, we can now evolve to the next level of the teaching of coverages, of D-line technique. That way that we can now expand the scheme, continue to add from around the league, add from college. That way we continue to put pressure on the defense to try to score points.
You mentioned evolution. This team had to evolve a lot based on the available personnel because of a lot of injuries this past year. I guess how can that kind of help you guys?
Absolutely.
Obviously, the continuity is huge.
At the end of the day, with that, as coaches, we need to be able to adjust the scheme. It could be on a yearly basis. It could be on a weekly basis to put the players in the position to score points. So that's what we're tasked to do. And now having another offseason to be able to add to that and add different pieces, we feel like last year was just the foundation to be able to take it to the next level.
Josh, you come from a coaching tree going back to Miami with Coach McDaniel and then working under Coach Cohen last season. Is there anything that maybe you picked up from either of them that you're going to try to implement into calling plays now for the Bucs this season?
For sure. I would say, first, thank you to Mike and giving me the opportunity to stay in Miami with him when he came on as a head coach. Without the 2 years under him and his scheme and his commitment to fundamentals, I wouldn't have been where I was in a position last year to be able to get this job. So then taking that knowledge and working with Liam to implement the things that we did in Miami, it could have been under Mike, or I was under 3 head coaches there. I think 6 offensive coordinators. So taking some of those to add to what Liam had done, we were able to, as well as the rest of the staff and where they had been, and to try to get on the same page and call things the same way and emphasize the same fundamentals. I think that really helped us build a solid foundation in the spring that we were able to use in the fall.
Josh, how would you describe your coaching philosophy as a whole?
End of the day, we want to be physical. We want to be physical because the trenches win. And when you're able to run the ball and you're able to press on a defense for 4 quarters, that's what wins ball games. We also want to be multiple. It could be a week where we need to throw the ball more, we need to run the ball more. We want to, like last year, the guys get hurt. How do you have someone step up? So we want to attack, and through that, it's back on the players to do their part. With the scheme you saw last year, we're able to change plays at the line of scrimmage. We're able to can third downs. We're able to change things in a low red. So by doing that, we put the pressure on the defense, but it's the players that have to put the work in during the week so that you can do that and not just go call a play and just say, hey, we'll run it and see what happens.
Josh, I think it's fair to say that Baker Mayfield endorsed your promotion. What does that mean to you? What's your relationship with him, and what's your respect for him as a player?
It means the world to me. Without knowing him going into this time last year when I was brought on, he was one of the first people to FaceTime me when I got the job. I know I have the support of him. I was in every meeting with him last year, whether game plan meetings, on the field, going through individual with Thad and Liam and Jordan. So to take our relationship to the next level and be able to lean on him and him take that next step as a leader, being in the league this long, and now he can shoulder more of the burden to elevate the younger guys, coach the younger guys. That way he's another extension of the coaching staff on the field. So he's been fantastic. You know, he's a competitor, and we're looking forward to it.
What's it like having him on the center for you?
Love him, because you know what you're getting every day. You know he's going to compete. He's not going to back down from anything. When it gets tough, that's when he's at his best. And that you can't say that about a lot of people, but you know what you're getting from him. And he loves to win, and he loves to compete. And I like to look at myself the same way, so it's a pretty good marriage.
You spent time.
So there you go.
That. I like
now,
that.
Look, Josh Grizzard did not get hired for his fluid speaking ability.
No.
And that's okay, because I want everybody, all Bucs fans, to remember that video that we just watched and compare it to when he is in possibly year 5 of an NFL coaching tenure.
Yes.
To see how much he improved, because clearly he has the knowledge and the insight. He's not saying
Just
dumb
a little
things.
nervous. Just a little nervous.
He's just extremely nervous. I was nervous watching him.
I know. I was like, wow. It's a little different. But he's young.
I
He's
liked
34.
everything I heard about that.
Yeah, he's 34. He's never called plays. He's from Lizard Lick, by the way. Lizard Lick, North Carolina.
I think I dated her.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I liked what Christopher Cole mentioned as well. He says he wants to be physical, and, you went up front, you went in the trenches. You know, I don't like offensive coordinators that come in and think they're the whiz kid and they're going to draw up all these new formations and do new things that nobody's ever done before. Listen, they've done it before. And what you need to do is find out what your team does best and tailor your system to your players and accentuate their talents, which is what he exactly just said. So it's not, I kind of like it in that he's not an ego guy.
Yeah.
Clearly not. And he's not calling plays for ego. He's not going to try to show you how many trick plays he can do to show you how smart he is. He's going to keep the basics and be physical up front, and that's how you win. I love that. I love that about his entire approach, and I like his demeanor. Look, he's young. He doesn't know whether he's going to call plays in the box or down on the field. He just doesn't know yet. And I like the fact that he can tell you that he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Because that gives me a feeling of, you know what? I don't know yet. I'm vulnerable enough and honest enough to say, I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. A lot of guys won't do that because, the press is going to say, you don't even know where he's going to stand calling the play.
Why is that relevant that he doesn't know where? It's not. That's stupid.
No, but I love the fact that he's vulnerable enough to say that, because that means he's confident in his abilities. He's not worried about what the media is going to say. He's just going to do his thing. I like that. That's good coaching. That's good emotional intelligence. So I like what I see, but I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke up your ass and say, we don't, Liam Cohen, screw off, bro. We don't need you. We got Josh Grizzard. Pump the brakes. Let's see how he calls plays. Let's see how good this offense is. Sequencing plays is a talent. It's a talent. Does he have it? We don't know. Nobody knows. He doesn't even know because he's never done it.
Yeah.
But he did say also that in the last couple of years while he's on the headset, he's doing mental reps. Like, what would I call here? 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 And that's important. I think that's really
in the simulator. That's all you need to know. He's been in the simulator. Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how it works out.
Very good.
All right. We got Tito waiting the week. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Bring Tito in.
My name is Jeff. I'm thirsty.
Yeah. From 97.1 The Fan in Columbus, another one of our affiliates. We're just everywhere on this incredible talent budget that we have here at FanStream Sports that we're able to afford. Tito, Jeff Didoff from 97.1 The Fan in Columbus. What's up, brother? How are you?
Good. How you doing? You guys get paid for this?
No, we just pay out other guests.
Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't know.
You didn't tell him, right? You didn't tell him, right, Tim, did you?
No.
Didn't tell him.
I mean, I think our biggest budget guest is Sal Powell, right? Like, for sure.
We're so low budget, we know Doge is not coming after us. Yeah. Like, Doge is only going to come after us to show us as a shining example of how efficient you should be running your business here. Like FanStream Sports does it. That's what Elon would love us. So that's where we're at.
Elon does love us. What are we talking about?
Absolutely. Well, then unsuspend my primary account, bitch. Yeah. Please, on X.
Still.
Yeah, still.
Bitter.
Right?
Still bitter.
Why would I not be? Almost 10,000 followers, bastard. All right, let's talk about some prop bets, shall we?
Sure.
Super Bowl
prop bets. Here's my faves. I kind of stay away from the high, profile ones, but here's what I got. I like Noah Grace over 1.5 receptions. What do you think about that?
I'll get behind that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Because obviously a lot of the attention's going to be on Kelsey. But yeah.
But what's the bet? What's the plus minus? What is it?
Over 1.5. Over 1.5.
Is it minus 110?
Like plus 110, plus 120?
Yeah, they're all plus 110. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all plus 110s. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Goddard over 50 yards. These are the base ones at minus 110. I got to.
I take
that. One's I get behind that. I saw if it was 45.5, I'd feel a lot better if that makes sense. But yeah, 50, I can get behind that. It's okay. Yeah.
Xavier Worthy over 1.5 carries and over 5.5 rushing yards. I think he's going to get a couple of carries because, obviously the Eagles are going to zero in on the primary running game. Right. I think Andy Reid's going to try to get some explosives out of the running game. So he's been getting more touches in that. So
he needs 2 carries, 6 yards to win.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'd take that. Yeah.
I like the over 5.5. I'm not sure about getting 2 carries, but certainly the over 5. I think if he does get a carry, he's going to gain more than 6 yards on it.
Yeah.
I agree. Over 24 completions for Patrick Mahomes. Minus 110.
Not taking that one.
That's a tough one there. Because you know what? I think he will get over 24. I think you're probably right on that one. I think that they will end up throwing the ball enough to where he will get over 24.5. And little dink and dunks to Kelsey and things like that. Yes. I think
especially if they get behind.
Yeah. I think it's a dink and dunk game for them. Keep the ball in Patrick's hands. Let him try to make some plays. And I'm going to go at what's your latest on the latest base over under on Barkley? I got it 112.
I saw 111.5 the last thing I saw. Yep.
So I'm going to go under that because Spagnola's never allowed a 100-yard rusher in the playoffs. Never. I think he finds a way to slow down Barkley.
My only concern with that, the reason I stay away from Barkley on most of these things, especially by taking like the unders, is just because of the fact he can ruin it for you with 1 carry. if he busts out for a 50 or 60-yard gain,
Yeah, you're toast.
then so you're betting against him doing something like that. And he's done that a lot this year. I know I think he's the first player with 20 or more touchdowns he's got the highest average yards per touchdown for anybody scoring 20 or more. He's averaging 32 and a half yards per touchdown, which is the best of anybody's got over 20. And so that'd be my concern, is that one carry can kill that bet for you.
Yeah, I get it, but I have confidence in Spags. As much as we talk about the Mahomes and the one score, and if it's a one score game, it's over. The Chiefs are going to win it. Nobody's better at it than Mahomes and Andy Reid. They know how to manage. What is it? An NFL record, 17 one score games in a row. They've won 18 now. Yeah. Well, there you go. Todd.
So how do you feel about this? So Spags, it's been, I think, 17 games since they've allowed a 100-yard rusher against them. Yeah. I don't know that that's going to continue with Barkley.
But the combination of the offensive line that Philly has with the talent of Barkley is only concerns me. Like, he's gone against good running backs the Chiefs have. They've gone against good offensive lines. I don't know if they had a combo they've gone against like this, though, to where, granted, Derrick Henry in Baltimore, you could make that argument there, but the Eagles' offensive line is better than Baltimore's is. But we talk a lot about, Mahomes, like you mentioned, Andy Reid, and he's got a great record coming off bye weeks. This much time to prepare for another team is usually great for him. But also, with Spags as well. The defense also does a fantastic job with the bye weeks. As a collection, the coaching staff really does a great job getting ready if you have got the time off, and they've had this time off. That's why I like the Chiefs in this game.
What about if both teams being equal? Let's throw it on the coaching staffs. Both teams being equal, which I think they're very evenly matched.
Yep.
If it just comes down to coaching, the Chiefs have a humongous advantage there.
Yeah, they do.
I don't think Sirianni's a good coach. I don't think Kellen Moore's a good offensive coordinator. They're winning solely on talent and ability. The Chiefs, on the other hand, sometimes win in spite of playing poorly. And that's in all those one score games. That's because of coaching. So I think the Chiefs have a tremendous advantage in the coaching category, and I think that's what wins the game in a Super Bowl. Unless for some reason the Chiefs have 5 turnovers or something ridiculous like that, that's not coaching related.
If you look at it like, okay, it could be. I think in all likelihood it's a close game. In a close game, you have to give the advantage to the Chiefs, right? Because, like you said, the coaching and also Patrick Mahomes. In a blowout game, if the Chiefs get out to a big lead, I think the Eagles are done. And I think if the Eagles got out to a big lead, I still think the Chiefs come back. 10, 14-point lead, I don't think the Chiefs are dead and buried. I think the Chiefs are up by 14 on Philadelphia. I think the game's over.
Yeah.
Coaching makes a difference. You're right on that. Andy Reid's done a fantastic job, and the chance to beat Philly, his former team, for a second time in the Super Bowl would be great for him as well. But and a three-peat possibility with Mahomes in this squad. I mean, look, I think it's going to be a close game. It'll come down to the end, and I think the Chiefs will win it.
Just pray.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm not going to bet against Mahomes in a one-score game.
No.
It's just when you're playing against Mahomes and the refs in a one-score game, you got no shot. You got absolutely no shot. All right, you want to do some fun prop bets, guys?
Yeah,
let's do it.
All right, the national anthem length. The over/under is set at 121 seconds.
I think that's what it is every year, isn't it? Don't they say 121 every season? It sounds about
John
right.
Batiste is doing it, and he's going to be playing the piano, and you have to count from the first piano note that is struck.
The first note.
Over.
First note.
I would go over too. Look, piano players are prima donnas. Sorry.
Exactly.
You might see a really long intro before you start singing. It wouldn't surprise me to hear like Nelly, "It's Getting Hot in Here," to lead into it, and then the national anthem. I could see that happening. And so, I'll go over 121.
Will Taylor Swift be shown during the national anthem? Yes, plus 350.
No,
minus 500.
Not happening.
I don't think they'll show her. I think the national anthem will be focused on. You'll see Baptiste, and you'll see like Mahomes. You'll see Reed. You'll see Barkley. You'll see Kelsey. You'll see everybody else. You won't, because they're going to focus on the players and that kind of stuff. You will not see. I don't believe you'll see Taylor Swift there.
You know what you won't see?
Unless she's on the field.
End racism in the end zone.
Right. Was it now? It's like promote love or give
promote love.
Or
Yes.
Promote love. Is that what it is?
Give love. Yeah.
I can't tell you now. The fact they took that off, I'm a racist. The end racism was always there, but now the fact they took that away, I feel like, okay. You know,
it's okay again?
Now I think I wasn't doing it for the longest time because of the end zone. Now all of a sudden, you know what? Morals be damned.
Wait, do you think the NFL thinks that we have ended racism so they don't have to promote it anymore?
No, the NFL ended racism with all their slogans.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the stuff they did, it's over. We fixed it.
America wins.
Yeah. It's the NFL, man. They can do anything. This number of the first touchdown scorer.
Okay, that's a good one. By the way, speaking of racism, I'll go back to one thing here. A buddy of mine used to have a bet with another friend of mine about the color of the first person who scores in the Super Bowl. Okay, so there we go. That's about racism comment right there. It'd be white or black. But anyway,
what if it's Mahomes?
You know what? It'd be a push. It'd be a push. That's what I think. I don't know. I think it'd be a push. I think they wouldn't do it. So the number of the first player to score.
No, does the Vegas have to weigh in on, beforehand before you make the bet?
Yeah. Which one it is? Is Mahomes white or
black?
You
have to clarify that, yeah.
Go back to the Chappelle racism draft. Do the whites and the blacks play Mahomes?
Exactly.
Okay. Number.
Wow. Remember his racist draft?
Yes, the race draft that spelled it. The race draft. It was the race draft, the racial draft, what they called it, where Tiger Woods got drafted by the blacks, and I think Condoleezza Rice went to the whites.
It's one of the greatest bits ever.
It's awesome, yeah.
That.
Bill Burr's in that, a younger Bill Burr. It's a
yes. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
And there was like, who did the Jews took somebody? It was a shocker.
Jews took Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz, yeah.
I didn't know he was Jewish.
Right, and I think somebody took
the Jews are up next. Who are they?
Right, yeah, that's what it was. And then Elan Gonzalez went to the Mexicans because they said we're not going to let you take him again. Yeah, it was hysterical, dude. It's a wonderful sketch.
It's one of the best.
Tito's a student of the Dave Chappelle show.
Oh, dude,
God. The best.
Yeah,
the best. Lenny 300-pound player score a touchdown. Yes, plus 2,500. No, minus 10,000.
Wow.
Who would it possibly be?
Well,
the Lions aren't playing.
Not walk through that door. I don't know who it'd be. I don't think they would. There's no.
Yeah,
unless Tim's lining up a tailback, I'd say no.
Yeah.
Wow, I am not 300 pounds.
Oh,
it's
damn!
A joke,
wow,
Tim.
dog.
It's a joke.
Not 300 pounds.
Wow.
My scale has said 300 before. I was 305 at my heaviest. Just so you know.
I've never approached 3. Well, I mean, I've approached it, but I turned around and went back.
The first time at the fan when they had the YouTube cameras on us, and somebody tweeted out to me, "Hey, you look fat," and I said, "It's the camera," and he said, "How many cameras are on you?"
Yeah, exactly. All right, what color liquid will be poured on the winning coach?
That's going to be orange.
Purple is plus 100. Purple.
I think orange.
Yellow and green is plus 200. Blue is plus 600. Orange is plus 750.
Oh,
so if you're saying orange,
I think orange.
Yeah.
I guess you'd have to know. You'd be the equipment person and know what color Gatorade does the Kansas City Chiefs have in there. I don't know. Probably
purple. Got all of them. They probably got all of them.
Yeah, you can pick all of them. So what's to stop the equipment manager from seeing this and placing a prop bet for the longest shot and then just making sure it happens and winning a bunch of money?
There's a lot of that.
Wow.
Well, plus in rehearsal, there's tons of people in the house for rehearsal for the anthem. Who's not putting a stopwatch on it? So watch where the late money comes in on the anthem. Late money will be the right money on the anthem. So keep an eye on that. All right. Any other prop bets you guys want to get to?
What was the number? The over under on the number, uniform number first score. What was the over under on that one? What was the number on that?
15 and a half. So 15 and a half. Because you got AJ Brown at 11.
Right.
Saquon 26.
Mahomes.
Right.
Mahomes at 15, so that would be under.
And you got kickers. Look, the field goal.
Jalen Hurts is 1.
Yeah.
That's Jalen Hurts is 1. I think I would go under on that one.
6. Yeah.
I think you could see
What's
a kicker
Butker's number? What does Butker wear?
7.
You might be.
I can't remember Butker wears.
I just like saying
he wears a white hood, evidently. He's
he is number 7. Yeah, he's number 7. And who's the Eagles kicker?
Tony Franklin, barefoot.
Jake Elliott. Oh man, Texas A&M, buddy. And you know what? Elliott wears 4, so I'd probably go under.
I think I'm going under on that one. I think I would take the under there.
Okay. All right. Well, there's your fun.
Together.
You had Tony Franklin on your J.P. Peterson bingo card this morning. You win.
Of course. Hey,
or Elian Gonzalez. Or Lenny Kravitz. What's that?
How do those kickers kick barefoot?
So you know what? I did an article about 5 or 6 years ago on what happened to the barefoot kicker.
Right.
And do you know why those kickers were barefoot back in the day?
No.
Because they didn't have kicker shoes.
Right.
All they had were just regular cleats, and a lot of kickers couldn't kick with just regular shoes because of the shape and the weight, whatever. They didn't like them. So even in college, they would kick barefoot. And I was infatuated with the barefoot kicker, like back in the late 70s, early 80s in the NFL and in college. And even when it's 30 degrees outside, they're kicking barefoot, right?
I used to kick barefoot.
Did you really?
Yeah. But I'm from Florida. So, I never kicked barefoot in less than 75 degrees. I mean, it never got that cold. But it doesn't, if you hit it on the right side of the instep, it doesn't hurt at all. On a regular,
shoe
when it's
technology,
cold, forget about it. Yeah.
Shoe technology advanced to the point, after, of course, Michael Jordan got his own shoe, well, people started paying attention to players more, or shoe companies did, and kickers were able to start designing their own shoes to play in.
Then they started wearing soccer shoes.
And then, and so then you had the soccer cleats that were coming in. And so, there was no need for these guys to kick barefoot anymore because shoe technology had improved so much that now they have and that's why you see kickers wearing sometimes even still today, 2 different colored shoes because one's their kicking shoe and one's their regular, plant foot cleat. So
I wore the Pony Mosleys for a while. I thought that was a big thing there. But, and if I wear 2 shoes that are different colors.
What's
if
that?
I wear 2 shoes that are different, if I wear 2 shoes that are different colors, that's the excuse I'm going to use from now on. It's not that I screwed up getting dressed. It's this one's a kicker shoe. That's what that is. It's
in case I need to kick a field goal, I'm good to go.
I'm going to Aldi's to get some eggs. I got my kicker shoe on. Right?
You know what? I would be more these days. I would be more inclined to pay attention to a barefoot quarterback.
See, that'd be strong.
That's what I'd like to see.
How many barefoot kickers can you name? There was Tony Franklin, Rich Carlis. Was there any other ones?
Rich Carlis and Denver.
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah, I was talking. But who had the best shoe of all time
for
Tom
a kicker?
Dempsey.
Tom Dempsey,
the longtime 63-yard record holder.
Right.
Yeah,
that shouldn't count, by the way.
Yeah, he had a steal. The dude had a steel block squared off.
Yeah, half of a right arm and half of a right foot.
It was
born that way.
I know.
It's like this guy had half a foot. I mean, think about it. The guy who owned the longest field goal record in the NFL for the longest time had half a foot.
Dude, I can do more with half a foot than you can do with a whole foot.
Well, think about it. So he was able to have a special shoe made with a steel toe in it, and it was a block like that. Like I'm like telling these guys, and his foot was smaller so he could get more speed because it wasn't as big.
I would do the same thing with all my toes. Give me one that's cut off like that with a steel on it. Watch what I can do.
Right.
And he was that straight ahead kicker too, man. That always looks so funny to me. Straight ahead kickers.
Oh yeah.
But when I first started seeing soccer style, I think the first one I saw was Raphael Septien with the Cowboys was a soccer style.
Number
kicker.
one.
And I remember thinking, what the hell is he doing lined up over there?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Why is he on the side?
Why is he over there?
Right.
Did you not see?
Garo Yepremian was the first one I remember. Yeah. It was much better.
He wasn't a very good thrower of the ball, by the way.
No.
By the way, Mike Lansford, another barefoot kicker with the Rams.
Okay, Mike Lansford. I remember that one too. Yeah, you're right. Good call about that. In a dome, that doesn't really count, but whatever.
Still hurts when you hit it.
Show is off the rails again. Wasn't there something else Tito wanted to talk about?
Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah, Hall of Fame.
Eli should not. I'm glad Eli didn't get in.
I'm with you.
Shut up your mouth right now, your whore mouth.
Okay.
He shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. Now you want him to be a first ballot Hall of Famer? Screw that. Are you out of your mind?
No, here's the deal. Because if he didn't get in on the first ballot, he ain't getting in at all.
No, he'll get in. He'll get in.
With Mike Greenberg bitching and crying like he does about it, he doesn't
even like the Giants. He's a Jets guy.
I know, but he's like, for some reason,
he's a New York guy, though. Yeah.
Eli's jock. Yeah.
And I don't like making this argument, but I will this time. If you're going to put Eli in, you've got to put Jim Plunkett in.
No.
Jim
Jim Plunkett should be in. I agree. Yes.
Plunkett's won 2 Super Bowls as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
I would put Plunkett
Different
in.
teams, right?
Right. No, Plunkett was 2 with the Raiders.
Oh, there were 2 with the Raiders. That's right.
But Plunkett, there may have been Los Angeles and Oakland, so maybe you can't count that. But I'm just saying that if Plunkett Plunkett is the only multiple starting quarterback for Super Bowl champions that has not been in yet, and that's Plunkett as far as the quarterback goes. Plunkett should be in before Eli. So if you're going to put Eli in, you've got to put Plunkett in. That's my argument right there. And Eli was never a top 5 quarterback, in my opinion. I think he was.
I agree with you.
He had a couple of great moments. But if we're going to start doing moments on guys and just say, okay, if you had a couple of great moments you should be in, that changes the complexity of the entire Hall of Fame on what guys you're going to put in there or not.
Well, the Hall of Fame's a joke anyway, so it doesn't make any sense. So here's the deal, though. Eli doesn't get in first ballot.
Mm-hmm.
He has 2 Super Bowls, and I know it doesn't matter, but it was against Tom Brady and the Patriots.
Sure, a couple of big wins.
Next year,
there's
a name that's going to be just as contentious who doesn't have any Super Bowl wins. Who's
Phillip Rivers?
Phillip Rivers is obviously a contemporary. They will ever be, names next to each other in the draft in that year. I mean, I don't think Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer, but I definitely think Eli Manning's a Hall of Famer. And I don't know that it has anything to do with the Super Bowls.
Do you think Eli? Do you think Eli's more deserving than Phillip Rivers?
Yes.
Okay.
He's a better quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a better quarterback. First of all, I wouldn't say he's a better quarterback. He's got more accomplishments. I would take Rivers over Eli Manning any day of the week.
Never a fan of Phillip Rivers.
I think that if
he has more kids than me.
Well, he's got more kids than all of us combined. And that's saying something.
I don't know about that.
Well, you've got 9. I don't know how many JPP's got, but I've got.
That I know of.
Yeah, right. That you know of. That's a good point. That's exactly right. But I'm just saying, I think Rivers will probably get in like on a Veterans Committee type.
Like later, Eli might do that too. Eli might get in.
Eli will be in the next couple of years. It's the problem is that the Hall of Fame is so selective. And I'm glad they are. But the Pro Football Hall of Fame is so selective. There are so many guys you think that guy's got to be in. How is Reggie Wayne not in the Hall of Fame? Like things like that you look at and think, how is that guy not in? I can't believe it.
Darren Woodson.
Yeah. Eric Allen got in after like his 19th year, whatever it is. He was eligible, whatever it was. Eric Allen was a great player. So there's guys, I like the fact they're so selective, but that's going to make it harder for guys like Eli to get in like his first ballot. I think Eli does get in next year or maybe the year after that at the latest. I think Rivers will have to wait a while.
Are they going to make Eli and Phillip Rivers go in together? Like,
would that be great?
Oh.
I'd make them trade. I'd put in Eli as a Charger and I'd put in Rivers as a Giant. That's what I would do. Make them do that. That
would confuse everybody. So real quick, the 2026 class, we mentioned Phillip Rivers.
Mm-hmm.
Let me throw some names at you because this will be a big class, I think. I'm going to mention a name, and then you guys quickly, yes or no, in. All right? Larry Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Yes.
In. Drew Brees.
Yes.
In. Phillip Rivers.
No.
Yes.
Jason Witten.
Yes.
Yes. JP.
No.
Oh, my God. I quit the show. Frank Gore.
No.
No.
Ooh, that's a large body of work.
Longevity
counts for something.
He might go in with his kid if his kid gets in. At the same time.
Not first ballot.
Okay. Julian Edelman.
No.
Marquise Pouncey.
God, I love him. Wow. I love him. I do.
How many Pro Bowls did he go to? I want to say 7. That's like for offensive linemen. Like that's the kind of the measuring stick.
I'm going to say no, but I love him.
He went to 9 Pro Bowls.
9 Pro Bowls. He's in.
Mm-hmm.
He's in.
I agree. How about LaShawn McCoy?
No.
Thomas Davis?
No.
Nope. Greg Olson.
Ooh, wow.
I would say that they say he's in, but then they say, just kidding, Brady's in instead.
Oh, dog.
That would be about right. I love Greg Olson, but I don't think he's all.
I don't think he's in either.
Alex Smith.
No.
He's the Tommy John of football.
He's the comeback Hall of Fame. He's in the comeback Hall of Fame.
And here's a contentious name that will come out of Dallas because the fan base loves this guy, and I've never understood why. Des Bryant.
No.
There's no way he gets in the Hall of Fame.
By the way, the Fitzgerald stat that blows me away the most is the fact he's got more career tackles than he does drop passes.
Yeah. How about that?
That's an amazing stat.
Yeah.
More tackles than career drop passes. Yeah.
So we go without. By the way, the guys that got in, Antonio Gates,
love him.
Obviously, one of the greatest tight ends of all time.
Yep.
Sterling Sharp gets in. 7 seasons, led the league in receptions in 3 of them.
No.
But he gets in because Terrell Davis gets in. That's why Sterling Sharp gets in. Because they look at it in football versus baseball, but they look at the shorter careers don't hurt you if you were really good in your short career. And Davis derailed by the knee injury, Sharp by the neck injury. So yeah, Sterling gets in because of that. Sterling was one of the top receivers in football for a good chunk of his career.
Yeah. But it was a very short career.
Right, 9 years, whatever it was, 9 or 7, something like that.
7 years. 7 years.
7 years.
Neck injury. Jared Allen gets in.
Yeah, I get that. Jared Allen, he had some monster years.
He did. And then Eric Allen also getting in.
Yeah, I think Eric Allen deserves.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a meh?
He's just a big meh for me his whole career.
Because he played for the Eagles, that's why.
But he also played for the Saints.
I know.
My favorite team. I can't say that on this show. Damn it. Sorry, I hate the Saints.
I'm actually shocked that Eli didn't get in because he's such a media darling.
Yeah.
But I think they did the right thing. Yeah. What career record of what? 118 and 118?
118 and 118.
Right. Yeah.
And he's at 11th. Was he 11th in total yards?
Hey,
57,000 yards career passing. Yeah.
JP, he is our version of Joe Namath.
Yeah. Joe Namath's
had terrible stats.
Terrible numbers.
Terrible. More interception touchdowns. Ridiculous. Yeah. But he won Super Bowl III, comes off the field doing this, and that's what we all remember, the guarantee and all that stuff. Eli had a couple of big wins, but his stats are not.
One of the arguments I heard this morning on Get Up was you can't tell the story of the NFL without Eli Manning. Well, you can't tell the story of the NFL without Tom Dempsey,
Sure,
because it's a great story.
Yeah.
But he ain't a Hall of Famer. It's just I don't believe in that
no, me either.
Criteria. It
me
doesn't really work for me. All right, Tito, great stuff, my man. Checks in the mail.
I'll look for it.
Make sure you turn in your invoice to payroll.
Yeah,
we're being audited by Doge now.
The email address is payrollhr@fanstreamsports.org.
I'm on it. Thanks, boys. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the game.
We're being nominated for the Doge Hall of Fame in the good way. Yeah, not the Hall of Shame, but the Hall of Fame. All right, folks. Thanks, Tito. You guys enjoy anything we forgot here today?
No, I don't.
You know what?
So.
I didn't actually say the Stu quote today. That my friend sent me actually it's actually on a meme now. There it is. There's Stu. Having the money and putting it in are two different things. We can get a hold of the money. Does it make any sense to do it? That's really it. He told the Tampa Bay Times. So now Stu's telling you after all this, I have the money. I just don't know if I want to spend it.
Yeah.
I know you guys have done 3 years of work on the stadium and you've done, you've put it off developing the trop for, 7 years now or however 10 years, how long I've kept it from being developed. And I know there's thousands of jobs that could be created and all this wealth. And I have the money to do it. And I signed the agreement. I just don't know if is it worth it at this point? Do I really want to do it? I put you all through hell for this long. We'll see. I know you approved the bond and $700 million, actually $1 billion, more than $1.6 billion in public money that you're going to give me for my little stadium here. But you know what? Yep. I got the money. I can get it. But do I really want to spend it? I don't know. Like how insulting. How insulting to everyone and every fan that's ever been involved, person that has ever been involved, and how perfectly on brand.
That's just a perfectly on brand. All he's doing.
Yeah. Just and Rob Manfred, when he reads that, does he just want to take a club, a baseball bat, a Louisville Slugger, and just okay, this is over. Next.
Trisha was right. The fans deserve better.
Everyone deserves better. And I'm finally, There may be a few media organizations still supporting him, but I think finally everybody has come to the conclusion that I came to a long, long time ago. He's the problem. Not Tampa, not TSA, not Bill Foster, not Kreisman, not all the other mayors, not TSA, no. He's the issue. Remove that issue, and I guarantee you the stadium deal will be done within 6 months.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. All right. That'll do it for us here on our final Football Friday. Do we have any funeral music or anything? But whatever. We will be back on Monday to talk about this great Super Bowl and all kinds of fun that we had. 2 big games from the Lightning. Go Bolts this weekend. Go Tampa Bay Sun. They got a big game on Saturday as well. Go out to Riverfront Stadium, and they're taking on Fort Lauderdale, I believe, our women's soccer team. So go support them as well. I will be doing the night parade on MOR TV. I will be hosting that on Saturday night. So if you want to watch that on MOR TV and our streaming channel on the website, you can check out the night parade. So I'll be drunk on TV, which you don't want to miss that. Have a great weekend, everybody.